Activism is the rent I pay for living on this planet. Alice Walker. While not all of us are on the front lines, supporting those who are is how we keep movements alive. Through radical action and community, the work of past activists, including those in the disabled community, have paved the way for the progress we see today. In this episode, we follow someone in our community whose work is about giving back and making an impact. This is Bloom Jude Novak's story.
My name is Jude Novak. I'm 26 years old. I'm originally from South Carolina, and I moved to Denver about a year ago. I was very young when I first became interested in activism and community work. A lot of the art I create is surrounding disability activism and disability justice. Sometimes I'll take my CT scans or MRIs and I will use those to make art. As I got older, I started speaking in schools about mental health and doing education online regarding that. I was kind of aware of the situation in Palestine, but once I started to realize the extent of what was happening there, I did some light advocacy online, and then when the Solidarity encampment at the Aurora campus opened up, that was where I was arrested twice for 2 different sit-ins there. My second sit-in, I was the only one left, and there was 10 cops there, and I was standing on the inside, and on the outside there was a bunch of people standing looking through the glass door and window. And so they tried to figure out how to move me. I actually heard one of the police was watching a video about how wheelchairs work because they couldn't figure out how to make my wheelchair work. Eventually they fingerprinted me there, gave me my citation there. And then they were like, yeah, you got to go out the back door. And I was like, I'm not going out the back door. I'll go out the door where all my friends are. And they were like, oh, we can't let you out that way. And I was like, well, I'm not going out the back door. So they did eventually let me out that way. And the cops were trying to wave people back and they wouldn't move back. But then I waved people back and they moved back. And that's something I think about a lot, as a wheelchair user. I think that the presence of disabled people at protests is really powerful in my opinion, because it can empower other people to feel like they can be in those spaces too. I had a friend who did a Pride Against Genocide event, and that was really cool. And I was like, there should be something like this for Disability Pride. So I put Disability Pride Against Genocide together. We raised money for it and disabled individuals in Gaza. Pretty much from the ground up with no budget. It was really, really just an overwhelming amount of community support, which was really great. And that's kind of my first fundraising event. Slice of Hope is a mutual aid org here in Denver. We have also people on the ground in Sudan, in Egypt, in Palestine, who are working with Palestinians and working with Sudanese people to get their needs met under apartheid and genocide. So they do direct distributions of things like food, water, modesty clothing for the women who have lost those things through displacement. And we just did a milk and diapers campaign. We mainly focus on getting as much support to the people who need it as possible. The Disability Pride Against Genocide event is definitely one of my proudest, if not my proudest moments. We raised a really good amount of money. It was really successful. I definitely feel like that's a big accomplishment for me.
The work Bloom, also known as Jude, is doing alongside organizations like Slice of Hope is crucial to building and sustaining community care, creating spaces and opportunity for healing, support, and access, especially for those impacted by violence and injustice. Want to support Bloom and Slice of Hope? Head over to www.beamplus.org/learn more.